All right, so here is my pair of the 11 by BBS Bamba 2 lows in the brown colorway. I recently just obtained all the sneakers that I like from the 11 by BBS line, this being the Bamba 1s, 2s, 3, 4s, and 5s, and 6s. Only things that I'm missing in the collection is the 11 by BBS boot, the Gore-Tex boot, and the Bamba 2 mids. I do have the lows here, obviously, and then the highs. But I just kind of wanted to showcase them all since I don't think I've seen people talk about the fours or sixes on YouTube. But I wanted to bring this one out first because this one is what got me into this whole collection, the 11 by BBS line. Um, I saw this on Essence probably for a really good sale. If you guys are looking to get Bombas, I mean, just keep your eye on Essence or SVD or any places like that, and just keep your eye on them because they'll go. They'll have a bunch in stock, but they'll be full price. But then later down the season, they'll go on really deep sales. And I probably got this for less than $200 from Essence. Um, but yeah, this was my first pair of Bombas that I did get, and these are absolutely my favorite. The brown colorway, the object dyed colorway, is just fantastic in my opinion. I've dabbled with I should have brought them out, but I dabbled with sneaker dyeing. So there's been a couple of attempts where I try to perfect what Boris has done with his sneaker dyeing because I'm assuming all of his object dyed Bombas are just white pairs that have been dyed um, in his object dyed style, which is, I mean, I don't know exactly how it does it, but I'm assuming it's just some method of dip dyeing. I've tried on these Vomero 5s, and I think they turned out pretty well. I mean, I wasn't able to replicate the same type of like spillage that the actual Bombas do, but this is kind of like mimicking the. I'll probably talk about these later, but these are mimicking. These were originally the white pair, and these are mimicking the solarized pair, and I think they came out perfect. Um, I've also dyed. Sorry. I've also dyed these with this dip dyeing method. I was trying to mimic what Boris has done, and I think these also is still not the same exact dye method or however the hell he did it to make these look so good. Um, I've also dyed the sixes and the fours to try to replicate what he has done on these and the other pairs. Obviously, the other pairs are dyed, factory dyed, I guess, and then I've dyed the sixes and the fours. I guess I'll talk about them when I talk about them. But here, I just wanted to talk about the twos, the lows specifically, because goddamn, this dye method is just it's just really superb, and I would really like to know like exactly how he did it, because as you guys see, like my attempts were not very on the mark with how he does it. Obviously, he has a team and everything, but it's just fantastic. So I think, yeah, I just wanted to showcase these here. I'll showcase every pair from the collection and just see and show you guys which pair I like the most and which pair is not as good as the others, I think, because there's obviously better ones. But Bamba 2s are obviously the most popular ones. I think most people are really familiar with the Bamba 2 highs. You see them everywhere on Grailed. You see them, the tech wear scene kind of likes the Bamba 2 highs. You don't really see the lows as much on there, but I definitely think the lows are better than the highs, and I'll probably talk about that when I talk about the highs. But I wanted to flip this camera over just so I could give you a kind of in-depth differences between them, I guess, or just the dye work. Because honestly, man, the way the dye, the discoloration, the way like I guess how he did it was just standing up, and then the dye would just drip over down. So you would see these things blemishes like this, where it's like imperfect, but it makes the midsole here look so much better. and it really gives it your own type of feel, or very one-to-oneness with your sneaker, which I think is it's a unique concept. Not a lot of sneaker brands do that, and Mr. Saberi and Solomon really kicked us out the park with the dye method. Um, but yeah, even you can see here, this, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think that's leather, but it could be leather. It just I guess the over dyeing really like killed the quality on it. But even just here, you can see like the dye is like seeping out the leather, um, and just like the bottom parts are less brown than the others. It's so looks so good. And then here, I guess the fusion cell, I think. No, this is the energy cell. I'm talking about a New Balance. But this is the Solomon has the fusion. No, sorry, I'm saying the same thing. Energy cell plus and the Contra grip. So those two brandings on here have been, I don't know how they did it here. Again, I guess they just painted over with the dye and then left it there for longer than the rest of it. So the branding parts are specifically darker, which is also very unique and another touch to, uniqueness on these type of shoes, on these object dyed shoes. And then coming up, there's these plastic mud guards, and it's the dye, because the white pair is just white here. So the dye really took to it and turned this entire section black while leaving the text white. But yeah, this is the Bamba 2s, Bamba 2 Low specifically. Here's this another like rubber section that the Bamba 2s have. And I mean, you can just see how the dye really stuck to this rubber part. And then the mesh parts, you see some irregularities as well, just from the dye, just really making it look like it's been just dipped in. And, but in such a way that I can't replicate it. Like, I'm not entirely sure how they did it. But, yeah, you can see the fantastic dye work on here. And then there's this upper mesh part that hides the laces. And then you can zip up here, or see. Yeah, there's all the laces in there. I don't think the Bamba 2 Lows have a Gore-Tex version, so this isn't waterproof by any means, but I mean, it is just a low sneaker. And then I think, let's see. Oops, got it flipped. Yeah, you can just see the size tag here. You can just see the dye, just the top of it. Really, really such a unique dye job here, and I think that's what most people like about the 11 by BBS collection. I can't imagine someone actually wanting the pure black pair or the pure white pair without the intention of dyeing them yourself, maybe. But I think there's always a price difference between the solid colors and the dyed colors, and whatever price difference that is, it's definitely worth it to get the 11 by BBS dyed versions, because without the dye, I think the sneaker would be a little bit boring, even though how very technical it does look. And it does look fantastic, even the white colorway or the black colorway, but the dye really takes it to another level. And then even just like the outsole here, you can just see like between where there's like some fabric, I guess, from the foam, it's just completely darkened out by the dye. Then again, I have worn this handful of times, but yeah, very comfortable sneaker, and the best part of it just has to be the actual dye itself. So yeah. I did just want to quickly bring in the Bamba 2s, the highs, I guess, what most people are known or know the Bamba 2 model for is the highs. And the only difference between the 2s and this is the Gore-Tex version, so maybe so the material here is different, but I don't have the Bamba 2 regular versions, only the Gore-Tex version here, so that would be the difference. But if I had the high normal version, the only difference would be this upper part. So meaning all of this extra fabric that came from here and this big ass tongue with the 11 by BBS logo. Um, but yeah, personally for me, if I had to pick between the two, I do like the lows better. Um, Specifically because of this big 11 by BBS logo on the tongue. It's not something I quite like, but I'll talk about that in its own video. But yeah, here's the Bamba 2 lows, brown colorway, fantastic dye job. Um, yeah, not much else to say about it. It's just a great shoe. And I think if I had to rank the colorways, I know there's the brown colorway and the red colorway. The red colorway for the Bamba 2 lows is really nice, but the brown, I think you'll come to see from the other shoes that brown, I take a special liking with brown sneakers. So that might just be a biased opinion, but I do really like the brown colorway the best on the Bamba 2 lows. But yeah, Bamba 2 lows, here they are. Crazy dye job. All right, cool.